Right now, as we gather around the table with our families, some people don't have that luxury. How one group is making sure they don't go hungry this holiday. Also, hundreds of runners from all over are running or trotting in Madison's annual Thanksgiving Turkey Trot. And later, how a Waukesha family is remembering their son who was killed in last year's Christmas parade attack. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Well, good evening and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We hope you all made it safely to your destinations because holiday travel is flying high this year. The TSA reports it screened 2.4 million travelers at airports across the country just yesterday. That number was just shy of the nearly 2.5 million people screened on July 1st, a record since the pandemic. The industry is now looking to Sunday, the next big travel day. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Julian Seawright. Driving weather was pretty good out there.
And it's going to stay pretty good for us, Brady, as we continue not only for tonight, but into our Black Friday as well. So we're not looking at much in terms of anything to really disrupt travel over the next few days. Now, as we take a look at our radars right now, we did see a couple of drizzle or showers earlier this afternoon, but that's cleared up as we continue the rest of tonight. Temperatures, however, are going to have a dramatic drop over the next couple of hours. It's 40 degrees right now in Madison, and we're going to see that cold front, which is the blue on your screen for the far northwest, continue to advance south, and that's going to be bringing us to temperatures into below freezing once again. But taking a look ahead is what we're seeing as of right now. Still holding on to a little bit of cloud cover, but that'll break up more as we get closer to the midnight hour. We're not going to see the freezing temperatures just yet until we get into the overnight. That's when we're going to see temperatures fall to around the upper 20s for us here in Madison, and many areas will be flirting with the freezing point as we get into the later part of tonight. But we're not looking at too much to disrupt anything for the next couple of days, but we could see something is rolling its way coming into our Sunday morning. A weekend mix is possible, and we'll talk about how this could impact you in just a few moments. Until then, back to you, Brady.
Thank you, Julian. Good Shepherd Lutheran Church once again hosted its Thanksgiving Day meal for community members this afternoon. The 28th annual dinner returned inside after 2 years of drive-through meals because of the COVID pandemic. More than 50 volunteers helped serve the free meal, which included turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, cranberries, and, of course, pumpkin pie.
Some people make this their tradition, truly, and have been coming for 20 years plus. And to be able to sit down with someone, especially when their family's far away, or maybe they don't gather with family around Thanksgiving, like that's the important part.
Pastor Schuler Hansen also said she hopes events like today's meal send a message of welcome to the community. Out in force today are dozens of people making sure more than just themselves get a hot, home-cooked meal. Naomi Coles tagged along with one group today and shares its story. Naomi?
It's a tradition for some of helping others first before helping themselves. In this case, spending the day getting someone else a meal before going home for their own.
Here's your Thanksgiving meal.
Getting a meal to Joe Walters Thursday afternoon begins hours earlier.
They started yesterday, they ended at midnight, and so everything was basically cooked. And then today they did the mashed potatoes and green beans.
For 23 years, Pastor David Smith and his wife have helped put this together.
We've cooked probably about 20 turkeys.
The partnership between Newbridge, Door Creek Church, and Melly Mel's Soul Food is the driving force for 341 Thanksgiving meals sent to older or shut-in adults in Madison.
This means so much with people being isolated these days and being away from their families.
Helping the meals along are about 50 volunteers.
You know, they want to do something before they go home and spend time with their families.
That is my passion about helping people.
When a job opened up 8 years ago at Newbridge to help people like this on a regular basis, Jeanette Arthur had to have it.
The rest is history.
It's a heart for helping that drives her to spend the day putting the meals together, and her car carries one of the biggest loads heading out.
To give back because they are usually feeling like they're all alone. And we should make sure, you know, I'm sure that they helped someone when they were younger and when they could.
A meal that makes its way to people like Joe.
I'm a football fan.
In this case, a welcome companion for the afternoon's entertainment.
This is my football outfit clothes. I'm watching the game. Detroit.
Newbridge Madison provides services like this all year long, and they're always looking for volunteers. You can head online for ways that you can sign up and help out.
All right, thank you, Naomi. Well, there's nothing like gathering with family, enjoying a good meal, and running in Madison's annual turkey trot to really make your Thanksgiving a memorable one. This year, about 2,400 people were in the annual race at the Alliant Energy Center. 2022 marks the 8th year of the event. We caught up with one runner who shared when she started and why she enjoys it every year.
Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but just a good way to get outside and exercise before having a great Thanksgiving dinner.
Great hat. Everyone who finished the race received a medal and a donut, courtesy of Greenbush Bakery. The event also raised money for UCP of Greater Dane County to help people who are living with disabilities. Turning to other news now, we now know the identity of the man who died following a police chase in Maple Bluff on Sunday. 28-year-old Brandon Gully of Madison died Monday at a hospital. The cause and manner of his death have not been released yet. Maple Bluff police said they tried to stop Gully while he was driving, but he refused. After a chase, he crashed his car into a tree. 3 other people in the car were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. A 21-year-old man from Fond du Lac is dead after a Dodge County Sheriff's deputy attempted to make a traffic stop before the driver sped away. A press release from the DCSO says the deputy tried to stop a speeding car on County Highway C in Trenton. The car accelerated away from the deputy, but about a minute later, the deputy found the car crashed into a tree by the road. Deputies had to remove the driver from the car, where he was later pronounced dead at the scene. The driver was alone in the car. Wisconsin State Patrol is investigating the crash. A teenager was cited for driving without a driver's license after hitting a home on Madison's east side on Tuesday. Witnesses told officers 4 people left after the car hit the home. 3 people who had been in the car returned with their parents while the officers were still on scene. A 16-year-old girl admitted she was driving and was cited for operating a vehicle without a license. No one was hurt, though, and the investigation is still ongoing. In Waukesha, survivors, family, and community members are remembering those who died in the holiday parade attack. That includes the family of Jackson Sparks, who was one of the 6 people killed. Sparks died on the 23rd, 2 days after the attack. His brother Tucker was also severely injured in the parade, and his hospital room was just down the hall from Jackson.
And so to leave, we walked right past Jackson's room to go home, and that was brutal, leaving without him. Just walking by his room, knowing that he's never coming home with us.
The family has set up the Jackson Sparks Foundation in honor of Jackson and to help children achieve their baseball dreams. Earlier this month, Darrell Brooks was sentenced to life in prison for the attack. Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, police have identified a person of interest regarding the death of a Milwaukee woman. Surveillance footage shows Raina Raines with Timothy Olson, a man suspected of targeting women through dating apps. Police say Raines suffered an unknown medical emergency at a local tavern. She was brought to the hospital and died from injuries. Raines has been identified as the 3rd woman who was found unconscious with Olson. While with Olson, rather. Her friends issued a warning to women everywhere.
Make sure you watch your drinks. If you can get a covered drink, make sure you get that, because I, as a bartender, now have to hide my drinks because I feel unsafe.
Olson is wanted for preying on several women. Police say he has met women on dating apps and victimizes them for financial gain. He currently has a warrant out for identity theft in Mount Pleasant. And a somber statistic out of Milwaukee. Police say the city has set a record for the most homicides in a year. 196 people killed so far in 2022, with a little more than a month left in the year. 193 people were killed last year and 190 in 2020. To Milton now, where an 8-year-old is safe after getting stuck on thin ice in a retention pond. Milton firefighters rescued the child on Monday with the help from several other area departments. The child was stuck about 50 feet out on the ice, and rescuers had to put on cold water rescue suits and go into the water as the ice was only about an inch thick in places and would crack under their weight. A firefighter was able to grab the child and take him to shore safely. No one was hurt in the incident, and the child was returned safely to his mother. Coming up, many people blame turkey for putting them in a food coma, but that's not the case. Plus, New York's Thanksgiving Day Parade kicks off for the 96th time. We'll check out some of the new floats, balloons, and more after the break.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
Steinhaffel's biggest Black Friday sale is here. Save 35 to 70% off the entire store. Then get a $200 or $300 MasterCard rewards card. Plus, take advantage of amazing bonus buys like a counter height dining set $249. This comfy sofa only $299. A Beauty Rest Queen mattress $499. And when you use Steinhaffel's 72-month financing, you can buy even more. So shop Steinhaffel's Black Friday sale going on now at Steinhaffel's and Steinhaffels.com.
Put a little love in your heart.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. So, this Black Friday, choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. Plus, thousands of vehicles are arriving daily, just in time for the holidays. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
It's Black Friday now at Grand Appliance. Get half back on select 2022 grills and unbeatable appliance specials like up to $1,000 back and 0% interest for up to 36 months on our most popular brands. These exclusive offers are on top of Black Friday pricing, which is now in effect on all appliances, including this ultra-quiet 3-rack KitchenAid dishwasher for just $749. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Welcome back. New York's Thanksgiving Day Parade has finished its 96th procession through Manhattan, and an estimated 3 million people were there to see it in person. Bradley Blackburn takes us on the parade route.
New York's Thanksgiving Day Parade kicked off a full 15 minutes early this year to accommodate new floats, performances, and of course, giant high-flying balloons.
Like on TV, I knew they were big, but here it's like amazing. It's like breathtaking looking at them.
New additions included the animated dog Bluey and Stuart, the one-eyed minion from Despicable Me 2. Balloon handling teams on the ground made it possible. What does it take to get this done here?
Muscles.
Yes. Muscles. A lot of force.
These three sisters from the New York City area have been handling balloons for years, and this year guided Baby Yoda.
All the people around, all the joy, lots to be thankful for.
There was gratitude, too, for Mother Nature. No strong winds allowed the balloons to fly 5 to 6 stories above the parade attendees below. Altogether, it was a bigger event compared to the last 2 years of the pandemic.
We're excited to be able to bring back the parade in its true form.
In light of recent mass shootings, the NYPD had a heavy presence here today. There were extra officers, additional cameras along the route, and teams monitoring for bombs, chemical weapons, and drones.
I just want to thank our first responders for what they do to put this, to keep this safe.
There were a total of 16 balloons, 28 floats, 12 marching bands, and 700 clowns in this year's parade. But for some small attendees, there was only one person that really mattered.
I like seeing Santa at the end because when Santa comes out, it's finally Christmas.
Let the holiday season begin. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Well, don't blame the turkey if you fall into a holiday food coma this weekend. And many people believe the sudden urge to snooze after a big Thanksgiving meal comes from the tryptophan, which turkey has. And although tryptophan is an amino acid that helps make people drowsy, medical experts say there just isn't enough of it in a turkey to have that major effect on the human brain. So why do so many people quickly conk out after Thanksgiving meals? Well, it could all boil down to not getting enough sleep before the holiday, eating more than normal, and of course, well, if you're having some wine and beer, you do the math. Well, still to come, some families prefer artificial Christmas trees and others insist on real. When we come back, what kind of prices and supplies you can expect shopping for this holiday tradition. Plus, Julian's back with a complete look at your forecast.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is 12 hours only. Take 30% off, plus an additional 20% off your purchase during the biggest sale of the year. Plus, 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Happening now at Ashley.
the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Touching the stars.
It's sauna season at Bachman Pools and Spas.
At Bachman Pools and Spas, we carry the exclusive Finleo sauna in both infrared and traditional styles.
6 saunas on display and dozens ready for delivery.
Saunas are the ideal way to relieve stress, soothe body aches, and feel invigorated.
Black Friday specials at Bachman's going on now.
For a limited time, pay by credit card to take an additional 10% off. Who does that?
Or get 0% financing for 60 months with approved credit.
Relax, it's Bachman's.
After a lifetime in the jewelry business, Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelers retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off store-wide. All must go. All bridal jewelry, all colored stone rings, all silver jewelry, all pearls, all diamond bracelets, and pendants. Absolutely every finished piece is up to 60% off. Pete Denny and family are saying thank you, Middleton, for 40 years of support. Join us for our retirement celebration. Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelry retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off. All must go. 1903 Cayuga Street, Middleton.
It's time to get more at the Rust Arrow Black Friday sales event. It's our largest selection of the year, and more selection means more savings. Save with 0% APR financing. Save with no payments until after the holidays, and save with more for your trade. Get more and save on a vehicle you actually want. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Kia, Mazda, Nissan, and hundreds of used vehicles. You get more at the Rust Arrow Black Friday sales event. See our largest selection of the year. Visit us at rustarrow.com.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is 12 hours only. Take 30% off plus an additional 20% off your purchase during the biggest sale of the year. Plus 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Happening now at Ashley.
Millions of families are starting the search for a Christmas tree during the holiday weekend. And as Naomi Ruckham reports, prices and supplies will depend on what you're looking for.
Every day is Christmas at the National Tree Company, which provides artificial trees to retailers nationwide.
Feels like we're in a forest.
Yes, exactly. We have many different trees, tall, slim, full.
CEO Chris Butler says there's plenty of supply, a far cry from last year when shipping delays from producers in China meant some trees didn't show up till after the holidays. Now retailers have a surplus to sell and many are offering discounts.
I think from a promotional perspective, you'll be able to see anything from 25 to 50 to 60% off at certain retailers this year.
It's a different story for real Christmas trees.
We probably have the tightest supply we've had the last several years.
Marcia Gray with the Real Christmas Tree Board says certain trees may be hard to find in certain areas, but she does not expect shortages.
There are plenty of Christmas trees for anybody who would like to purchase one.
And those who want one will likely pay more because of inflation. A survey showed wholesale prices increasing 5 to 15%.
The height of the tree and the tree species are going to impact the price of that tree.
Whether a real tree or an artificial one, several studies show many shoppers plan to spend less during the holidays.
Are you finding this year consumers being drawn to one level versus another?
We're definitely seeing consumers go to the lower end of the spectrum, so buying less of the $1,000 trees and buying more of the $200 trees.
Butler says there is plenty of selection, no matter what the price range. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, Cranford, New Jersey.
Okay, Julian, no pressure, artificial or real tree?
Take a look at what we're going to be seeing for us, Brady. I am more of a real tree person, but if we get an artificial one, well, it's just going to be necessary for some times. But let's go ahead and dive into our weather. What are we going to be expecting for us? Well, we saw a couple of drizzles and even some showers that had rolled in earlier this afternoon, but that has ended for us throughout the rest of tonight. What else we can expect? Well, things are going to get chilly. Cloud cover is going to clear, and on top of it, it will be dry. Right now that we're watching the system start to continue to push this cold front into the upper Midwest and throughout Wisconsin, there's going to be dropping temperatures for us overnight and heading into tomorrow. We are going to start to see, once again, some more pleasantries on the way. Now, in terms of our holiday travel, tomorrow's going to be fine. Saturday is going to be fine, but Sunday be mindful. We could start to see some delays, especially near the Illinois area. And if anybody's going to be traveling around southern Wisconsin, by the time we get into our Sunday afternoon, could start to see a little bit of disruptions as well. But we'll dive into as to why, as we are looking for a system to start to roll its way in, bringing in some shower or mixed chances for us by the time we get into our Sunday morning. Outside of that, temperatures are going to be dropping to around 28 degrees for Madison, 31 in Janesville, and about 30 degrees for Platteville. Tomorrow, temperatures are going to be back to pleasant once again. Mid-40s in Madison. However, a couple of areas will be into the lower 50s, and 49 degrees for Platteville with 50 degrees in Janesville and plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a great day once again for those who are going to be participating in Black Friday shopping. So make sure that you enjoy this weather while we have it, because we all know winter is just around the corner. Now, walking out the door tomorrow morning, it is going to be on the chillier side. Around lunchtime, temperatures will be into the lower 40s. Plenty of sunshine throughout southern Wisconsin. Heading into the rest of our evening, we're still going to be maintaining those 40s. And once we get into our Friday night, temperatures themselves will be stable into above the freezing point. So it's not going to be too bad, as we still have that shift of the southerly winds, bringing things to be rather mild throughout the course of our Saturday morning and going into our Saturday afternoon, as we're really going to start to see temperatures climb into the lower 50s throughout much of southern Wisconsin, which is going to be setting the stage for a system to come in late into our Saturday and early into our Sunday morning, where we could start to see not only just some showers, mainly to the southeast, but could start to see some trickling of some light flurries or even snow showers mixing in by the time we get into our Sunday late morning and Sunday around lunchtime hour, as well as we are looking for potential of a line of some showers of snow to start to roll its way into southern Wisconsin, which is where we're going to be looking at those disruptions starting to roll in for us. But again, we're not looking at much in terms of rainfall, but snow in itself could still be trace amounts. The one other thing we're going to give you the first warn about will be for Tuesday evening of next week and for our Wednesday, where we do have an opportunity to see not only rain, but another mixture and even some snow for us as we get into our Wednesday night. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast. Temperatures will be at their best heading into Saturday. Then we're going to be stable into the 40s heading into next week. A bit more mild on our Tuesday, and then the cold front will roll its way in, bringing in rain, potentially a mix, and welcoming in December back into the 30s, Brady.
Thanks, Julian. Badger men's basketball players found themselves in a battle with the defending national champions down in the Bahamas. Could they pull off the upset? Well, sports is up next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is 12 hours only. Take 30% off plus an additional 20% off your purchase during the biggest sale of the year. Plus 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Happening now at Ashley.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Well-qualified buyers can get 2.99% financing or $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, unlock Chevy Cyber Cash all month long. Stop by your local Chevy dealer this Black Friday weekend.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Ashley's Black Friday sale is 12 hours only. Take 30% off plus an additional 20% off your purchase during the biggest sale of the year. Plus 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Happening now at Ashley.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now.
The Wisconsin men's basketball team was back in action today for their second game in the battle for Atlantis, this time taking on the defending national champion, Kansas Jayhawks. Early on, Badgers go down low to Stephen Crowell, who gets the basket and the foul. Badgers up early, and they would find themselves down by 15 early in the second half. However, these Badgers are not giving up. Connor Esijan hits from the 3, cutting the Kansas lead to 2. And then the Badgers would actually go up by 3 with less than a minute on the clock, but they don't get the rebound off the miss, and Kansas buries a 3. There we go, to tie the game. We would head to overtime then. Under 30 seconds, Wall gets the ball and gets the basket. Badgers up by 1 with 21 seconds. Then in the final seconds, Kansas shoots a desperation 3 that misses, but the Badgers don't get the rebound, and Kansas puts it in with .2 on the clock to win the game. It's a heartbreaking loss for the Badgers. Here's Greg Gard after the game.
So I'm really proud of our guys, how they battled, but they know how good a team we can be, and we're not quite where we need to be. We're getting closer, but this will help us as much as it stings right now.
Wisconsin will face off against USC tomorrow for a shot at 3rd place. Tip-off is at noon on ESPN2. The Wisconsin football team is busy preparing for their final and most important game of the season, the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe against Minnesota, but they did have time to celebrate Thanksgiving. The Badgers spent the holiday together, where they were able to just take a break from football and break bread with their teammates and coaches.
I think it's awesome. Guys being able to talk and, get away from football just for a short amount of time, right? And, just talk and have some laughs and enjoy some good food.
We put in so much work together to be able to enjoy some time, kind of relax and not think about football and just be, enjoy each other's company. I think it's really important.
To the NFL now, which has 3 games going on today. First up, the Detroit Lions and Buffalo Bills. In the first quarter, former Packer running back Jamal Williams goes up to middle for 2 yards and the score. Lions up 7 early. To the second quarter, Bills QB Josh Allen fumbles the snap, but gets it back and runs it in for the touchdown. Buffalo up 14-7. On to the fourth with 28 seconds left. Detroit down 3 when Michael Badgley makes a 51-yard field goal just to tie things up. But with just 16 seconds left, the Bills are able to move the ball down the field and set up a 45-yard field goal for Tyler Bass, who knocks it through. Bills win 28-25. And going on right now, the New York Giants are taking on the Dallas Cowboys. In the fourth quarter, the Cowboys are up 28-13. And coming up later tonight, the New England Patriots head to Minnesota to take on the Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Kickoff is set for 7:20. And that's Brady Reads the Sports.
And with weather, we're looking at a mild stretch ahead. We'll talk more about this coming up tonight at 10.
See you back here at 10. Thanks, everyone.